I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her.
Yeah, well, surprise.
And here I am with paint on my face. How about the apples? Yeah, the amount of extinctions in this universe is too darn high, Cameron. That is true. That is
So we're dealing
true.
with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them?
They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know.
So suppose she's placed here as an insider to leak information, pretending to have whatever racing simulator withdrawal syndrome and asking for a focus is an excellent way to install a back channel.
You mentioned the Zenith set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine wars. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space, other survivors of the colony.
You also think the story so far has some core moral of everyone underestimates Elizabeth Sobek? That is also true. Can we sandbox this lady? Like, can we firewall her off? Zero trust, put her in a sandbox, give her some toys?
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age too. How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run. I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
Okay, so we got a distress signal from Eleuthia, coded SOS. That doesn't sound like something a machine would send. Did this lady emulate that signal?
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eleuthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Verbena's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eleuthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's logs so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
Clever
And
girl.
the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Luthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done.
Clever girl.
You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface.
Apollo.
Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access. Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database,
Yep.
before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
Why didn't you just hack it, girl? You're Elizabeth Daggum Sobek. What is it you're not telling me?
All right, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...
So how long?
What?
You know, your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Guy is powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Guy is still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single location, of course not!
Rude.
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are.
You were supposed to be further along by now!
Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back. This was all for nothing.
They're not going to find us. Guy is using Minerva to mask our location.
What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything, everyone, are gonna die.
Hey! Calm down. You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help?
I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry.
Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
Hey, Anfi. Welcome in. You probably have some questions.
How'd it go?
Her injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
Right, Anfi. So, I'm an attempt at TLDR here. The Farsinis people from the first game who sent the ship out of space that got destroyed didn't actually get destroyed. They got to Sirius, colonized the planet got destroyed, they got sent back here. Somehow they got a copy of Apollo, they cloned Elizabeth, she's with them and trying to capture Gaia to take over this world and erase everything to zero and reset. And then somehow she escaped with the clone and she's now here and she's upset that we're not further along than we are, and she is disappointed in Ayla because she doesn't apparently know computer science. And somehow she's got normal clothes and we kind of saw that she's a plant, but also not sure. It's a very convenient story for them, and we also wrecked some kind of super mega space dudes, and also the Farsinis people are actually the original Farsinis people because near light speed travel, relativity, life extending drugs, cyber implants, and Ted effing Faro give them a copy of Apollo. Yeah. Did you get all of that? I'm gonna. All of these questions are gonna be asked on the test.
I just think she talks a lot. You would too, if you knew everything there is to know about everything.
Errand? You okay?
Huh? Oh, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't I be?
Because there's
Are you
two
drunk
of
again?
me now.
There's two of you now. At least you seem to be handling it okay.
I wouldn't say that exactly, but I'm trying. I was hoping you could help me with something. It's about the Tenakth rebels, and it also has to do with the Oseram.
Really? That doesn't sound good. Let me know what I can do to help.
Oh, also, Amphi, I forgot about the Sons of Prometheus, who are probably some kind of Oseram offshoot, not to be confused with the Rogala people from the Desert Tribe, but not actually part of the tribe, but some kind of renegade faction trying to take control of the Tenakth. And the Farsinis people, who we actually thought were part of Sons of Prometheus, are not actually part of that, and they're opposed. And the Sons of Prometheus did attack them. They seem to have some kind of EMP tech, which only makes sense if they got them from Silence. But Silence was somehow new of the Farsinis people coming in, so I think Silence has done something really bad again, and somehow he's involved in this. And he gave the Sons of Prometheus people the EMP tech, and we're trying to figure it out. We're working on it. Did I about cover it, chat? Is that about it?
Did you speak with Beta at all?
She didn't really wake up till we brought her here. And when she did, I thought it'd be better if Zoe and Varl took care of her. No use crowding someone when they're in a state.
How are you settling in?
Varl's been helping me get the lay of the land, when he's not getting all tongue-tied. I don't know who makes him more nervous, that Gaia lady or our new Utaru friend.
Well, what about the Vanguard? Aren't you supposed to be back east, ordering them around?
I sent some of them back to Meridian with a message. I doubt Avad will mind me sticking around to help the savior of Meridian.
The lore is pretty darn neat. I dare say even lit. Do we still say lit? Dope? Dope is old. I just dated myself. Oof.
So, you've met our new Tenakth friend.
He's, quiet. I thought his people were supposed to be bloodthirsty maniacs.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you trust him, so do I.
So, Talana came by the base?
Yeah, more like rushed through.
What's her
I
name?
was hoping she'd stay for a drink at least. Only Carja I've ever met who's any fun. But it seemed like she had more pressing matters to attend to.
I see Varl gave you a focus.
Well, it doesn't look as fashionable on me, but by the Forge, the things I've been able to see. Granted, a lot of them are bad, you know, the old world ending and such. I'm still trying to wrap my head around most of it, but I never really understood how you were ever able to find my sister back in the Sundom. And now I do, sort of. It makes me feel like I could be useful, you know?
It takes some time, but yeah.
You got bad news for me? 1337 is even older. Yeah, that's like what? 685 years ago. Math is hard. Battlestar Galactica remake is 20 years old today. Yikes. Yikes.
What are you working on with your focus?
I'm still figuring out how to read stuff on this thing. Those two lovebirds over there have been giving me a hand. But to be honest, all the little symbols, they give me a headache. But I'll get up to speed. I promise.
What you reading next?
I saw Gaia added something to the archives about metal rods being used to harness lightning during storms. Guy reminded me of a cousin of mine. Thought he could trap lightning if he covered himself in Stormbird plates. Went up the tallest mountain in the claim to prove it. It ended like a lot of Oseram things do. With a spark and a boom.
Oof.
I guess you know what we're up against by now.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When Varl first told me those bastards come from the stars, I thought he'd eaten too many of those medicinal berries. Yeah, but I've gotten used to seeing impossible things, thanks to you. I just wish they weren't always trying to kill us.
Yeah, you and me both.
Do you think this game was written by a big Bluetooth headset to sell more Bluetooth headsets? I didn't think about that until you mentioned it, Jellyfriend, but it is possible that this is all a ploy from big Bluetooth. Yeah. Or possibly big headset. Probably big headset, yeah.
I discovered an Oseram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them.
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chainscrape. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim, see what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that. I have to get going.
Don't go causing too much trouble.
Oh, you know me, Aaron. I would never.
Hey, you and Aaron okay?
Nothing some rest can't take care of. Are you okay? This beta thing, it's a lot. Even for you.
Just trying to take it one step at a time.
Fair enough. If you need anything, just let me know.
How's everyone dealing with beta?
I tried explaining what a clone is to Aaron. He was totally lost. Then Zoe said something about 2 trees coming from 1 seed. That seemed to help a bit.
I'm guessing you've spoken with Kotallo?
I wanted to pay my respects for those who fell when we were ambushed at the embassy. Told him I'd never seen anyone throw themselves at a machine like he did. He said a warrior shouldn't be praised for fulfilling their duty. For a second I thought I was talking to my mother. Never thought a Tenakth and a Nora war chief could have so much in common.
He said duty.
I'm guessing Talana didn't stay for long?
You got that right. Makes you wonder what this Amadis guy did to grab her attention.
Whatever it was, she didn't tell me.
Must be quite a story.
I guess she'll tell us when she's ready. How's everyone handling their focus?
And we all have our difficult moments. Aaron definitely curses the most. But I'm hoping Oseram's stubbornness prevails.
How's everyone doing?
Just taking it all in. No one snapped their bowstrings yet.
I see everyone settling in.
Zoe's planning on bringing all kinds of plants in here. Says a home should always spring with life anew. I asked Aaron to help find some. I think he'd rather stick his head into a snap mall.
Still, it's not a bad idea. Should liven up the place. So, training with Zoe, huh?
Yes, training. Mostly. Look, she reads glyphs faster than I can already. I'd be a fool to refuse her help.
Of course. You guys reading something over there?
We just finished going through all the logs you collected back in Nora territory, and All Mother Mountain. It's hard to imagine that my ancestors were trapped inside, without the knowledge from Apollo to guide them.
Thanks to Ted Faro.
Yeah. I wonder how it must have felt when they were finally free. The world must have seemed so beautiful.
Not to mention terrifying. They weren't much more than kids.
And they became an entire tribe.
It's good to see you and Zoe enjoying yourselves.
We're learning a lot. I've actually been looking through the data to find ideas for a gift, and to thank her for helping me study the glyphs. Something from the old world that she's never seen before. Instead, I found out they gave each other stuffed animals. If you ask me, stuffing a dead animal with anything, really, doesn't sound like a good time for anybody.
Maybe Gaia can help you find something else.
So, did you just realize that the entire Nora tribe started from dozen or the other people from that cauldron site or cradle facility? Yeah, genetics. Genetics would like to have a word with the Nora tribe. Yep.
Looks like I was wrong about the Zeniths. Their ship didn't explode on its way to Sirius like everyone thought.
And we saw how they lied about creating a better future at their launch facility. Guess they lied about what happened to their ship, too. But still, the tribe settling amongst the stars.
I couldn't put a single dent in their shields, Varl. That one Zenith almost killed me.
That didn't stop you from resurrecting Gaia. Won't stop us from using Hephaestus against them.
Let's hope that's enough. I should get back to the wilds.
I'll keep an eye on Beta. Make sure she's comfortable.
Okay.
Alright, chat. Here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna go dehydrate, refill my drink, then we're gonna do hummus hydrate, and we'll continue. So we are going to make a brief pause here. This is your opportunity to go stretch your legs, grab a drink, dehydrate. I don't know what you need to do, save the world. And I will see you in just a couple of minutes, and we're gonna take our usual ad break here, and I'll see you in just a few moments.
That sounds lovely.
Bye. Not
Yeah.
bye.
They
Whatever.
burned it to
Awkward.
at some point.
Commander, out.
But
Alright, we back. We back. Does anybody else need a talking to?
Aloy,
Hey, thought I'd, check in on how you're doing.
you mean after meeting someone who looks exactly like you, but isn't you, down in the basement? Guess this must be even stranger for you than it is for us, huh?
A little.
Varl said she may be able to help us in our mission, though.
Maybe. You said you met Beta?
Varl mentioned she was hurt. I thought I'd offer her an extract to soothe the pain.
That was kind of you.
I just hope she doesn't plan on staying burrowed down there like that. She looks like she's barely seen the light of day as it is.
What else have you been up to?
I've been studying Gaia's seedlings, the subfunctions. I wanted to understand why one of them would do what they did to Fa. Imagine my surprise when I looked into this Hephaestus and found out it helped create all machines, our land gods included. In a way, the Utaru owe Hephaestus our whole way of life, as well as our current troubles.
That's why we have to make Gaia whole again. Learn anything interesting lately?
There's been much to read up on now that Ether has been reunited with Gaia. It's hard to imagine that machines like Stormbirds once helped heal the skies. I used to be terrified of them as a child. Thunder still brings chills to my skin. But everything Gaia creates has a purpose, no?
Yeah. And if we can get Hephaestus back, she can get those Stormbirds in line. I need to get going.
May the land bloom in your steps.
Hey Peon, welcome in. How are you doing? How are you this
Aloy.
lovely evening?
There are more supplies in the chest. Help yourself.
Don't mind if I do.
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
I see.
Oh my! Varl, you sly dog! Look at all these candles! He is trying real hard. Also, that's a fire hazard if I've ever seen one. And what is that thing? Oh, there's like a giant murder robosaur. Okay, gotcha, gotcha. Private, I see how it is.
That his focus thing's trying to kill me? You did almost drown it in beer. Not on purpose.
Can we? Hello? Oh no, that's not our stash. That's the chest. Everything Gaia creates has a purple. Yeah, this big gun turtle. Its purpose is to be entirely gun and awesome. I mean, you're not wrong. You have 2 weeks of vacation starting this weekend. That is really nice. I'm really looking forward to being able to take some vacation soon. Okay, so this is obviously not Varl then. Oh, exclamation point. Hello.
Where was I?
Meow.
Looks like some of the holograms are working now.
I have repurposed the displays to track Regala's activity in the region.
A useful war map.
How you doing?
I hope I'm not interrupting.
No, but I must ask. The woman Varl and Aaron brought in, she's related to you.
It's hard to explain. She's more of a copy.
Good. If she's anything like you, we've just gained reinforcements.
Maybe.
Oh my goodness.